Hey, welcome to EPN. My name is Victor Lucas, and we bring you the latest in everything cool every single day. Welcome to EP Live. We've got a rundown that's just for you, Platitude Platypus. That's a fun one to say. I watched EP daily for a lot of my young adult life. I miss them, he says. Listen, we're still making EP Daily. It's called EP Live now, and we do live shows, and we still do the rundown. We make so much content, and so many cool things happen on this channel, so please stay tuned. But in the meantime, while you're getting caught up on all the stuff that we have been doing, and hopefully you're hitting subscribe and that little bell to be notified, we got you this rundown. You can finally start playing with your friends in Red Dead Redemption 2. The game's multiplayer component, Red Dead Online, will begin rolling out tomorrow on the PS4 and Xbox One. Rockstar is releasing it in an unusual way, though. It begins Tuesday for everyone who owns the Ultimate Edition of the game, and then on Wednesday, anyone who played the game on the first day of its release will be able to jump in. On Thursday, those who played the game in its first 3 days will be able to join. Finally, on Friday, everyone who owns the game will be able to go online regardless of what version they have or how long they've been playing. Rockstar is likely doing this slow rollout because they don't want to overload their servers and cause the type of game-killing glitches that they had when GTA Online launched back in 2013. Like that game, Red Dead Online will let players join their friends to take on missions and side activities throughout the open world, and Rockstar plans to keep updating it with new content for years to come. I am super excited to check out Red Dead Online. I hope it's very, very fun. It's such a gorgeous world, and I have to tell you, since I finished the campaign and sort of put Red Dead behind me and I've started to look at other games, I've felt a twinge of, I don't know, like guilt. Like I still want to go back into that world. It's so big, it's so massive. I mean, I felt relieved to say, okay, that's enough. I've got to walk away from this game. But I know there's just so much more in there, and I guess Red Dead Online gives me a chance to jump back in there and explore with pals, and we are going to set something up with the EPN members. I think that's what we're probably going to do, is to get online to play some Red Dead Online with EPN members. I have the game on PS4 and Xbox One, so we'll probably do some kind of a poll, and the most amount of votes with the EPN members. We'll make the decision when we get online, and stay tuned for that. I'm going to try to figure that out today, and I'll send up a private message to all the EPN members for that. Okay, a crazy rumor about the new Star Wars franchise has come in, but don't get your hopes up. The internet is abuzz with rumors that George Lucas might come out of retirement to direct the rumored Obi-Wan Kenobi movie. Before you get too excited, take a look at where the news is coming from. Disgraced former UK Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson, while giving a speech to North Ireland's ultra-conservative DUP party about Brexit negotiations, touted the importance of UK film production. He mentioned offhand that George Lucas is going to shoot a new Obi-Wan Kenobi movie in Northern Ireland, sparking the online frenzy. Boris Johnson doesn't exactly have a reputation for being accurate or trustworthy, so he was likely using the name George Lucas to refer simply to Lucasfilm. George Lucas retired after selling Lucasfilm to Disney in 2012, and the Obi-Wan Kenobi movie, which has yet to be officially announced, will reportedly be helmed by British filmmaker Stephen Daldry. We'll let you know if that changes. You know, I sent this little news blurb that is on the internet to Blake yesterday, and I have to admit I was a little bit excited about this. I think that the idea of bringing George Lucas back into Star Wars in some meaningful way like that would be pretty cool, and it's a good fit because he worked with Alec Guinness, of course, but he worked with Ewan McGregor on as Obi-Wan in the prequels, and they have a relationship, and I thought that might be pretty fun, but I don't think it's very likely. I am still super excited for an Obi-Wan movie. I know a lot of people out there have given up on Star Wars. I haven't fully given up on Star Wars at all. I still love Star Wars, but I don't think every kind of prequel idea makes sense, but Obi-Wan was awesome, and I love Ewan McGregor, and I think it'd be fun to re-examine that character with that actor. And here's a rumor that sounds a lot more likely. Breath of the Wild might not be the only big Zelda on the Switch for much longer. Nintendo might be bringing the last big Zelda game, Skyward Sword, to the new console. Series producer Eiji Aonuma appeared on stage at the recent Legend of Zelda concert in Osaka, Japan, where he teased that Skyward Sword is coming to the Switch. No official announcements have been made, but Nintendo has already ported several other big games to the system. It wouldn't even be the first port for Skyward Sword. The game was first released on the Wii in 2011 and was ported to the Wii U in 2016. We'll let you know when new details on a Switch version come in. I loved Skyward Sword. I loved every minute of it. My hands got a bit tired, my arm got a bit tired swinging the sword around when I played it on the Wii, but I just thought it was so cool. I loved the flight mechanic system, and the dungeons were awesome. It was a great story. That was a phenomenal game. game, I would love to replay it, especially if it's all enhanced with HD visuals and, I don't know, maybe some design elements borrowed from Breath of the Wild or something. I would love to play that game again. There can't be too much Zelda on the Nintendo Switch, and that goes for all of the Super Nintendo games, GameCube, everything. I'd love to play Wind Waker again, too. All right, over to another big Nintendo franchise. The new Super Smash Bros. Isn't out yet, but it's already breaking records. Nintendo has announced that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has become the most pre-ordered game in the franchise's history, beating pre-sales of the previous games. On top of that, it's also the most pre-ordered game ever on the Switch. This puts Smash on track to become the best-selling Switch game yet, beating the current record holder, Super Mario Odyssey, which sold just over 12 million copies. Smash has some competition, though. The recent Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee have already sold 3 million copies, making it the fastest selling Switch title so far. We'll get to see how Smash compares when it lands December 7th. I think this is going to be enormous. I was at the mall yesterday with my kid. We wanted to go check out the Lego store and see what kind of new. She always gets me when we go in there. I always have to come out with something for her. She's got me wrapped around her finger. Anyways, we popped into an EB Games and they handed me a little pamphlet for Smash Brothers. And it has a little and there's 70 like all of them are in there, and there's so many characters. It's going to be so big, so much gameplay to dive into. It's kind of irrefutable. It's kind of like, why wouldn't you get this game? You can play as almost any character that you can imagine, and what I'm going to be curious about is to hear what people are missing, like what characters should have been there or what stages should have been in there. Very excited about Smash. Can't wait for that. And, it means a lot to Nintendo because they've only got those two big kind of properties to wrap up this year, and they've got a lot of Switches to sell, but I think they're going to do it because these games are huge. All right, you guys, that's going to do it for our rundown. Do me a favor, if you dig this video when it's clipped out and everything, please share it with your friends and your social medias and the people that you think might dig EP with the hashtag PlayForever. Right now, we're going to move on to This Day in Everything Cool.